My family and I went to the wildlife refuge for some much needed outdoor time recently. And after taking a hike up to the tower and skipping some rocks in the lake, we stopped by the holy city to look around. As we were going into one of the areas, another family was coming out, and the mom was trying to get her daughter, who I guess to be about 3 years old, to move and catch up with the rest of the family. That's when I heard the 3-year-old make this statement, "But I haven't seen God yet." Think about that for just a second. I think of the purity of heart. If you're going to go to a place called the Holy City, shouldn't you expect to see God? I actually did see him in the heart of that little girl. Today I want to focus on another time we heard a similar statement. It's in John chapter 14, verses 8 through 11. Philip said to him, "Lord, show us the Father, and it's enough for us." Jesus said to him, "Have I been with you so long, and you still do not know me, Philip? Whoever has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, 'Show us the Father'? Do you not believe that I am in the Father, and the Father is in me? The words that I say to you, I do not speak of my own authority, but the Father who dwells in me does his works. Believe me that I am in the Father and the Father is in me, or else believe on account of the works themselves." I sometimes wonder if Jesus smacked his head or whatever the biblical equivalent of that is. Haven't we gone over this? The Father and I are one. I'm speaking to you with his authority because he lives in me. And this wasn't the only time that Jesus made this claim. When Jesus made the statement, "I am," in John chapter 8, verse 58, he was using God's personal name, the same one that God used with Moses at the burning bush. "Tell them, I am sent you." That's when the Jews there started picking up rocks to play Dodge Rock with Jesus. Even though Jesus' miracles, his signs, and his wonders were right in front of them, they still couldn't see God. At this time, many in the world are focusing on the cross and the resurrection, and that's awesome. But make sure you remember why the cross was needed. It was because of our sin, of my sin, of your sin. God stepped in and said, "I'm going to fix your spiritual death through the death of my son and his resurrection." And God didn't stop at the cross. He is still at work. Also, don't get so caught up in what you expect God to do in your life that you miss him at work in your life, especially if that work is different than what you expected. God appeared to the Jews, but they couldn't see him because Jesus didn't align with their expectations. They missed him in the grace that appeared in the cross. So look for God. See him in the beauty of nature, in little children, in answered prayers, in his grace for us, and when you're seeking guidance from his Spirit living inside you. Now that is a great way to center.